Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're doing something special. We are working on Mom's phone. Mom's phone needs to be repaired. She has a Samsung Galaxy A14 5G and it has an issue with the power button. We both kind of took a tag team on this one. Her phone dropped and kind of opened a little bit and the power button kind of slipped over. And instead of doing it the right way, I decided that I needed to use a pick and maneuver it back into place. And the fingerprint sensing area is not functioning, so that's on me too, but we have a replacement from Amazon and got it here, and hopefully we will be able to get her phone up and running and fixed for her. And just because I have to state this every time, I am not a professional, I am not an expert, I'm doing this with my own learning and my own skills, so this is not a tutorial, but rather an entertainment video, hopefully. Alright, so first thing we need to do is turn the phone off. And I think this is probably the problem that she was having. There we go. So we're going to power off, double tap, put in her code. And now this is going to fully shut off. And there it is. So now what we need to do is take the SIM card reader out. Or actually not SIM card reader, but the SIM card and the tray. And one of the cool things about iFixit's Manta case is Manta case. I think that's a Manta case or something or the Marlin or something. I can't remember. But anyways, this kit actually has a SIM card eject tool, which is really nifty and handy because I can never remember where any of these will go. So, just gonna push our tool into here. And that popped a little bit, but I don't know, is that enough? I think that's enough. Yes, it's enough. So, we had just about enough. And there's the SD card reader, and I already took the SIM off camera because, I don't know, I got paranoid and thought, what if somebody could read the numbers and then know where we are or something? I don't know, hack our lives, who knows? Probably not realistic, but I did it anyways. So, got the SIM card tray over here. So now we have to pry this thing apart, and this is where this gets scary, guys, because screens are delicate. I have worked on screens before, I've worked on multiple things before. So what we need to do, be extremely careful with this side. This is a plastic housing that is clipped down like this. So once we pull this off, it'll come up like that. The screen does not need to be removed. So if we were doing this on a different style of phone, this thing could come completely off. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to start working at this plastic case here. So we got these tools supplied in the kit, and most of these are junk. These are actually kind of nice. Suction cup, probably not that useful, but it could be. And some picks. And we got a couple of pry tools. And yeah, throw these. The screwdrivers are cheap plastic usually. You can usually snap them in half, but that's okay. I think what we can do is we can take our pick here, because this is actually pretty decent, and we can start working our way down into this area. So we want to get a little bit of some area in here. We want to make sure we get underneath the plastic, and we don't want to dislodge the screen at all. And I don't know if this is helpful. I think we're gonna have to try something else. Might need a thinner pick. These are picks I got off Amazon years ago, but they look pretty cool. These ones are considerably thinner. These ones are just quite a bit too thick. Also, this is some silver paint. And let's see, can we get this in here? Just got to get it worked in here. So we get down past the plastic, and we just need this to start popping up. Just has some retaining clips. So this is always the nerve-wracking part. Can we... There we go. So we got a snap down here. Gotta be careful, don't want to get too deep on this port. All right. Having some issue in this top area. Okay. Let's go ahead and work on this back corner here, just to make sure we're good and everything's jiving and meshing up. Need to figure out why we're not getting this area separated up here. There we go. Now we got a pop there. Careful of all the cameras up there. We just got to keep working this pick around the perimeter. Don't want to go too deep over here. And should be getting close. to popping this all the way off. And there we go. I think we're pretty decent. Let's check the gap. So we're doing pretty good. We just got to get this under here. Obviously, we do not want to pull too much because there is a cable that is connected, which is the power button connector, which we will be replacing, but we got some separation already. We just work our way around. Try to be patient because we don't want to break anything. Heaven help us, Lord God Almighty. Amen. Alright, so now we got separation. So that's half the battle. So let's go ahead and pull this up. And now let's see, we're connected on this right side. So we're just going to pull this up and just kind of hang it down here. And there we go. So our cable is right here. Got our power button and stuff. All this stuff is hidden underneath this plastic here. It appears that these are Phillips head screws that are holding this plastic down. So we just go ahead and around the perimeter and start unscrewing all this stuff so we can pry that plastic piece off. Hopefully the power cable will be easy to take off the side as well. And there we go. So now we got to take something that will pry this up, and this tool should be fine. And we just got to pull this bit up a little bit. Make sure we got all these screws. Make sure. Looks like we got all the screws. I don't see any more screws, so we should be okay. There we go. It's popping up. Okay. So now there's the plastic piece. These are the lenses for the cameras, and of course these are the sensors for the cameras. Now I think we want to remove the power or the battery first, which should be right here. So the reason why we do that is just in case something shorts while we're moving this around. Alright, now we can remove the cable right here, which is the power button cable, and there we go. So let's make a mental note of this. This comes down, fits zigzag, letters go down to here, QR code goes up. Okay, now that we have these two pieces separated, and now let's see about this. So let's look at this visually. So it appears that there's some red plastic. Is that something retaining that? Because we can sort of see the black stem right there. Is that just holding this down into place? Do we need to bend this back or forward, or do we go up? Not sure. Do we push this in? Yeah, I think we push this in. What happens on this side? Okay, so it looks like we just bend this up. So let's make another mental note. So this little bar in the middle, and yeah, this just comes up and this comes up. Okay, so that's easy. So these little notches go down, and here's the power button. And this was definitely chewed up by my previous repair attempt. All right, now we gotta get our replacement here and check and make sure that this is the right thing. And it looks like it's fine. Looks identical. Got this off Amazon. And can we pull it this way? We don't want to put too much stress taking this apart. We don't want to damage the ribbon cable here. There we go. So now let's go ahead and put this back the way we found it. So the button goes like this, and these go, I think it was down like that. So now, how do we get this on here? Do we just put this over here? And then we push this button in. There we go. Oh, that fit perfectly. Push that down a little bit, make sure it stays flush. Push that out a little bit, make sure there's no debris hanging around. How does that look from the outside? Looks pretty decent. All right, that looks good. I think we're fine on that, and the power button looks relatively good. Okay, got a little bit of a weird little looking stress thing right there. Hopefully that's okay. Maybe it's designed that way. I don't know. Let's see. Does that look the same? Not really. Should be okay though, I hope. Now what we need to do is position this into place. We don't want to put too much stress while we're putting this back. You know, just don't want to cause any issues. Let's see, is this going to be better maybe? This is always very fiddly. I think that's right. So let's go ahead and start zipping everything up. And the power battery's back into place. Now let's go ahead and get this plastic lens cover thing. Lots of have to make sure that there's nothing, no dust or anything on these inside lenses. should be okay. If there was any dust or fingerprints or hair trapped in these lenses, it would distort the picture. We knocked into that cable as soon as we tried putting this on. Let's see, now this only goes on one way. So if we got tension somewhere, back it off a little bit. Oh, hello, come on now. Why is that not sitting down right? So all these are good, and this is good, and this is good. All right, why are you having issues? Oh, there's a tiny little black lip here, and that had to go, the plastic piece has to go down into that, so I think that was the problem. Any other, is that right? It's kind of popping up there at the top. Let's go ahead and just maneuver this a little bit. Yeah, that's all fine. Come on now. There we go. That just snapped into place. I think it's got some friction-y thingies keeping it at bay. So, starting from the bottom right, put this screw over here. Put this screw over here. Bottom left, middle. Also shouldn't be touching those, but that's okay. No big deal. And screw this in. This screw goes over here. And this screw goes over to the left of it. And then before we compress this back plastic, we will test out the power button. Because we can always take out a bunch of screws, but it's going to be a lot more difficult to take out that screen. Plasticky back. I'm sounding so intelligent right now, I know. And one more screw. Alright. Oop. Okay. This would just be fit on there like so. Let's just make sure that this power button works. You know what? We're going to just full send it because we need the backing in place in order to compress the button, right? That doesn't feel right. Darn, the button's a little cockeyed. Does it work okay? I turned it on. Alright, it's taking a few minutes to load. UI 1. Optimizing apps. Okay. Fortunately, this power button's a little, not flush. You see it's got a little cockeyedness on there. That's unfortunate. So we're going to have to pry this apart. Oh, darn. Alright, so we got half of it done, but unfortunately this power button is cockeyed. So we're going to have to re-peel this apart again, and we'll try it again. We'll try resetting that power button. Why is it turning on? I did not press anything. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible if we peeled this apart, but don't really want to do that. Not while it's on. Is the power button getting depressed? I'm getting depressed. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this will stay off. If it doesn't stay off, then the power button's getting pressed. Okay, power button, it's staying off, right? Okay. Oh, see, it's working. Okay, so I think the power button's getting pressed somehow. Darn. All right, well, we're going to have to do this the hard way. So, it's annoying, but I don't know of any other way of doing this. We'll just keep turning it off. Alright, so let's turn it off for like the third time. Just need to pop this open a little bit. Of course, it's turning back on again. It's very annoying. Very annoying. Why are you doing this, phone? Alright. Alright, and then we just gotta flip this up here. Okay, now what is going on with this battery? Why is this not sitting down properly? So we're going to work it around here, and we're just going to make sure that this is seated in first. Looks good to me. Okay. That looks better. Okay, let's see. Will that work now? Okay. It's turning on. I'm gotta clean all these fingerprints I'm leaving on your phone screen, Mom, but I'll clean that up in a second. Couldn't wait. It's triggering my OCD. Alright. Swipe. Okay, your phone is starting. Okay, power button. Okay, turned off. Let's try it again. Turned on. Turned off. Turned on. Turned off. One more time. Hold it in. Power off. Power off. And there we go. It's turning off again. Okay, so I think we're okay. Let's try this one more time. Just be 100,000% sure. I did notice that when I looked at this, when I was reseating this, so this plastic piece is just a plastic piece, and it depresses and presses into some sort of button on the inside, which makes sense because there was another part on Amazon that was listed as a power button. Now I know why that was listed as a power button. So this plastic piece must just be the fingerprint sensor then. And there we go. It looks like it's working. I don't know why I keep pulling the phone away every time I put her code in. I could just edit that out. I guess I'm just too paranoid. All right, so let's try it one more time. Press. And it turns the screen off. Press again. Turns the screen on. And we are good to go. And I think should be good to go. I think her fingerprints were turned off because it wasn't working. So I'm sure that'll work fine now. Let me just figure that out real quick. Oh, yes. Actually, if we put our thumb here, it says fingerprint doesn't match, which is an excellent sign, which means that it should be working. All right, well, there we go. One phone has been repaired, and hopefully this will help her out a lot. And I'm thankful that I've been able to at least attempt this, and we got it fixed. I'm very thankful for my mother and my father and my sister. They're awesome. They watch all my videos. God bless them. So I'm happy to give back in any small way I can, and this is one of the ways. So let me know, though, in the comments. Have you guys repaired things for your family? Like critical things, like a phone, or anything at all? But does it give you any anxiety like it does for me? I don't want to mess this up. But there's definitely some trepidation when you go to fix a phone that, somebody new is going to need. She's going to need communication. She's going to need all this stuff. So I am very happy that this turned out good. It might have been a simple repair to some, but a very scary for others. So thank you guys for watching, and God bless. See you in the next one.